Here we got good signal, it looks like.
Good morning, everybody.
If you happen to jump on and you can hear us fine and you can see us, give us a thumbs up or make a comment.
Because we're in the boonies. Hopefully the internet's okay though.
Yes.
We're in the boonies.
Hopefully. I'm not being
good.
I'm not being rude, but I am gonna take a look at my phone here too to hopefully read some comments here. Because like I said, we are wanting to do a live Q&A here from the family lake home. We are up in Southwest Michigan, so go ahead and tell them what's going on.
So my parents have a home in Michigan here. It used to be their secondary residence, and then over time it became their primary, which I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
You guys let us know if you can hear us, okay? Because we're using a different setup and we're outside, and I said in the boonies. Yeah. So you gotta let us know. But
thumbs up or comments or whatever. So
my parents have this beautiful home on a small lake, a small private lake. We're not on Lake Michigan. Praise the Lord.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you for the feedback, you guys. So we come up here. This place has been such a blessing for my family. So they made this their primary residence, and so we come up here often to visit with my family. And actually my sister and brother-in-law live next door, and my cousins live next door on the other side. Yeah. So it's kind of like a little family get together every time we come up here.
For sure.
And it's really just a blessing. So the kids have, let me see, they bought this place when Julianne was like
We've had it
not
for like
even
15
2
years. Yeah.
So my kids have grown up coming here. This is a second home for them.
Right. And
such a wonderful opportunity for them for all of us to just relax, not only visit with family, but to relax, to hang out, to breathe, you know.
Right.
It's not really, and to fish here. I don't know if you guys can see.
William
and Jesse and Tabitha are out fishing. I don't know. You can't really see them. Yeah, they're fishing. So that's fun. So it's just a blessing, a lot of fun.
So like I said, we want to do a Q&A as well while we're sitting here. So we're going to make this kind of, I'm not going to say brief, but we're not going to be on forever.
Well, there's rain coming in over here,
yes.
So it's going to be brief if the rain starts.
Yeah. So if there's any questions that you guys want us to attempt to answer, go ahead and fire those away, and we will try to answer them. And then also, what do we have going on tomorrow? Some kind of, not big news, but it's fun news.
So it's fun. You guys love the stocking up and the grocery hauls and stuff like that. And tomorrow we're going to head, one of our favorite places to go when we're in Michigan is Country Life Natural Food Store in Pullman, Michigan. Yep.
What are they? They're kind of like an Azure standard.
They're like an Azure standard, and they are kind of under the radar. A lot of people don't know about them. And but they're trying to do the same thing. They're a little bit more expensive than Azure, to be honest, but they do ship. They ship, and they have their stuff in stock.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you know, one of those trade-offs. So anyway, tomorrow we're going to go. We're going to talk to some people there. We might even be able to do a tour for you guys, which is really exciting. And just talk about the company so you guys can find out another avenue of options for natural food, bulk food to have delivered to your house, or come up with a drop location in your area and different things like that. So make sure you check that video out. Probably maybe next week it should come out. We're going to see him tomorrow. So we'll have to have time to get back home and get that situated for you guys. But
so like I said, in proximity, we're Southwest Michigan. We're kind of right by, we're right outside of South Haven area. So question, how long can you keep the eggs out or in the refrigerator before they are bad?
So if your eggs are unwashed, if you have chickens and you do not wash your eggs, they still have the bloom on the outside of the egg. That's the protective coating that keeps it airtight, right? So if you don't, what?
Go ahead. No,
if you don't wash them and you keep that on there, then they can sit on your counter for
quite a while.
A couple months.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're fresh that day. In the fridge for a long time.
And in other countries, and I think we may be able to have some people that are...
anyone from Europe on here, I'd like you to chime in right here. Yeah. But my sister-in-law grew up in France and
South American people as well, I know.
Okay, yeah. And they still, she still lives over there. And they do not refrigerate their eggs. They're actually, like at the grocery store, they're in the aisle.
With the bread, yeah, like
with the bread or whatever. It's kind of an American thing.
Yeah.
To wash and bleach and refrigerate
Correct.
your eggs. Good old USA on some of these things.
Right.
So yeah, you guys can chime in the comments below if they do not refrigerate eggs in your country.
Yes.
So anyway, so Country Life Naturals is fun. That's happening tomorrow. Today we're gonna go into South Haven and just walk around. It's one of our favorite things to go to the farmers market there. The girls asked, the big girls, asked to go to the farmers market and love walking down by the lighthouse.
Heartway Farms goes to the farmers market and we're on vacation, so
it's fine. Hey, I am more than happy to support any of the local farmers out here. We love to buy blueberries when we're up here or go pick blueberries.
Yes.
We love to...
That's right. Northeastern Illinois, another Illinois family. Hello.
I'm trying to catch the comments. Okay.
We have some people real quick here from England.
So England,
Oklahoma.
England, when you go to the grocery store, are your eggs refrigerated? I want to know if they put it in the aisle. Yeah, it probably depends. Do they put it in the refrigerated section, or like in the room temperature section? So you can chime in and let us know.
All right, great question here. This gets. We actually might have to do a whole.
We're gonna do a whole video on how to go on vacation with a homestead.
How do you get away and go on vacation with all of the animals at home? Well, we have tried to. If you watch what we have going on at the farm, hello from France. We have some family in France up by the Malouse area.
Yes.
Murbach, Malouse area. So, Victoria, Australia. Have fun. Good day.
Don't judge us on.
My accent might not be right.
Accent. Yeah. Marie is our pro accent girl. She can do any accent. She would never do it in front of the camera for you guys, but she does it for us. And I sound so I'm dealing with allergies. She's got allergies.
So getting away on vacation with the animals. I would say
South Carolina.
Try to automate your systems as best as possible, and like we've talked about before, build your community. We have some local friends, farm friends, and now they are family friends as well.
Yeah, they're practically family.
And actually, they might be almost family in relation somehow.
So today, a shout out to our beloved friend Batim and his family. They are watching our farm for us, and in the past, my niece Maddie has done it for us. And I choose to pay them. I mean, some of them are like, "Oh, we'll do it without money," but I know how much work it is. So you get to a point where you want to have good quality, hardworking people. I do not pay them nearly enough. They deserve so much more than what I pay them. But we have such a great community of people. People want to see the background. Did we already say the kids are fishing out there? Yeah,
they're somewhere on a dock. I don't know where.
Jesse, Will, and Tabitha are out fishing. Will's taking the little kids out fishing, which is really fun. So you might hear them giggling in the background, but we have awesome helpers. But so find somebody trustworthy and be willing to just say, "Hey, I know it's a lot of work. Are you willing to help us with this?" Or even barter with them. Even if you say you can't pay somebody to watch your farm, let's say they need fresh eggs or they need honey or whatever, you kind of build that relationship with people. And we have many such blessings of people in our life who would be willing to do it. But Batim's right down the street, so it works great. So thank you, Batim. We love you and we appreciate you.
So a couple of the things that we have set up is automatic waterers.
And these things are important too,
so
to make it streamlined.
The automatic water set up, having the rotational grazing set up and kind of ready to go, so that there's not a lot of extra work. We try to make it as hands-off as possible, because you don't want like big problems coming up. You don't want big troubleshooting issues. At some point in time, you're happy if the animals are alive when you get back.
Stay alive.
Stay watered, stay fed. Let us know if there's any mass, chaos or casualties going on. Have eyes on the farm. That's a big thing. We, thankfully, we're only about 3 hours door to door if the traffic is cooperating with us. So that helps a lot. Like if something kind of went sideways and went in a bad direction, we could, like from this location, we could get back pretty quick. And that's kind of the blessing of this location is it's far enough away to feel like you're in a different place and you're on vacation. but it's
close enough that we get to come,
Yeah.
which is wonderful. If it was
Yeah.
super far away, it probably wouldn't happen very much. So you set up your farm. Of course, the chickens need attention because of collecting eggs and stuff, but the chickens have an automatic water. The horses, sheep, and steer have an automatic water and the creek
Right.
and a shelter. So like all of these different things that you kind of think through,
Yeah, the eggs
and
get collected.
they can
Yeah.
streamline, you know, we do a lot of work to be able to go. So
Right.
like we make sure honeys are restocked and filled. We make sure that eggs are washed and stocked and
Yeah.
ready. And Josh's parents live with us at Heartway Farms.
Right.
And so mom is faithful as well to help with Josie, our indoor dog.
Yeah.
And she helps restock the farm shop. So we also couldn't do it without mom and dad being there.
Homesteading pastor says we take turns watching other homesteaders.
Yes.
So they swap time, right? So that's another great
That's
one.
huge.
Get a couple other homesteaders.
Yep.
Here's another one I'm going to throw out there, totally off the wall here. In the Great Lakes region, I would like to start, and Annie, I'm just totally flopping this on Annie right now.
He's throwing this out there. He
I
did
would
not
like-
run this through the filter.
I would like you guys to throw us an email. If you go to info at heartwayfarms.com, if you have a homestead in the Great Lakes region, so let's call it Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, in that little circle right there, maybe even the tip of Ohio area. Iowa
or
would
do you
be-
not think, where are you
Yeah,
going?
Great Lakes region. Okay, so let's just call it Great. If you have a homestead, and if we would happen to be in the area with you, and we could do a mini homesteading tour and talk, and you would be interested in that, go to info at heartwayfarms.com, give us your information, and that way we can put it on the radar. Because it's something I would like to start networking with other homesteaders in our region. I kind of feel like it's a vacuum of space in the homesteading world. There's a lot of people who are way out west or way out east or even down south in the Florida area, but we wouldn't mind being a little hub in that area there. So let us know your information, and if you would be willing to have the crazy family of Heartway Farms stop by and do a quick interview / check out the operation that you got going on.
Somebody asked how many chickens we have. I think right now we're in our transition year of switching our old layers to our new layers. And so I've kind of began to lose track, but I would say we have probably about 100 layers right now.
Yeah.
Our editor Levi goes to New Mexico a lot. We might have to talk him into someone just said going to New Mexico.
Oh, there he goes.
Our
Yeah.
family there.
So we have someone who's bartering for a pig. If I can get 5,000 subscribers, I can get my own pig. She said. Hey, I like that. So we might have to help out with that, because anytime we can have a husband kind of put to the test on that, I'm up for that, because that's just a fun thing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Meeting challenges.
So to answer the chicken question, we everything that we do on our farm, we're actually a public location where people come and they go to our farm stand.
Right.
Our pole barn has an indoor little farm stand that we have made, and we share whatever eggs and honey and meat, the chickens that we raise, the lambs, the sheep and lambs that we raise.
Right.
We carry all of that for the community as well.
Right.
So all of those things are for sale. So that is why maybe we do it on a little bit of a larger scale. I'm not saying we're gonna do that forever, but that's what we do now.
Sure,
Our
yeah.
goal is if we have extra that we want to be a source in the community,
Right.
to be able to be a good quality food source locally for our community as well, and we'd like to expand that. So that's why we have a larger number, not because we need that for our family, because we don't. I think 20 chickens would be great. That's all you would need.
I'm going to fire off some real quick questions here.
Yeah.
Do you have a video that shows the automatic water for your chickens? Not specifically for the chickens. We will make a video on that probably, because we have a couple different waterers that work really well for the chickens and for the rotational grazing aspect of it. But we do have a water video.
You're making me nervous
Sorry.
with your coffee.
We do have a
He's
water
talking
video
with his hands and his coffee in his hand.
on the channel that does show some automatic water options for some of the stuff that we got going on there. The other one was, is your market shop online only? And Annie just said,
Yeah.
that is not online only. We do some online stuff, and you can jump over there to heartwayfarms.com.
So obviously we're not shipping eggs to people.
Right.
Well, I shouldn't say obviously because I know some places do that, but
Right.
we are not shipping eggs to people, but we do offer a lot of things. Julianne makes literally everything that we put on. Yay! I'm glad you caught alive. Everything we put on heartwayfarms.com are things that we do offer here in Illinois
shop, yeah.
at the shop. We just don't offer everything because some of it's just not, really great to ship. But
Right.
but the girls, and the girls are the ones who kind of run that online business. Like Julianne makes the soap, the lip balm, the gold lotion. Marie makes the elderberry, and all of her beautiful crocheted items. And I have friends who have written books, and they are close friends. I put their stuff online. So there's the things that we put on there are because we either use them or we make them.
Right.
So that's on heartwayfarms.com. Unfortunately, we can't offer everything. We've had some people come into the shop, which has been so sweet, like part of the YouTube family come in and visit us on the weekends
Right.
or whatever, and pop in, to say hi. And so that's been fun. If
For
people
sure.
are kind of local, they've made that. We've even had people from Maine come, so who have family locally. So anyway, that part has been really fun too, just meeting you guys and getting to chit chat and stuff about different things.
This Grandma's Life is on live with us. That's fun.
She said she's got a life.
Family, brothers, Grateful Graysville Farm, Northeast Indiana. Okay, so who's your girl? That's
Who's
a
your girl?
fun one.
Talk to your brother.
Yep.
Have him email us if he wants to get on the Great Lakes, Homesteaders of the Great Lakes thread
Yeah.
for different things.
Homesteading Pastor, once again, they do the Homesteaders of the Southeast.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're just looking to, like I said, not become a big thing
It's
at this
just
point
build
in
our
time.
community locally, because there's a lot of us in the area. Massachusetts, yay.
Jen the Homesteader. Actually, it's Homesteading Jen, but that's okay. So yeah, that's any other questions, throw them up here. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm looking at the notes here because it's easier to read in front
And
of me.
there's a
than it
terrible
is on the
glare
screen.
because
Yeah.
it's beautifully
So
bright out
those
here.
who just jumped on, that's our view over our shoulder.
Hanging out at the lake house with grandma and grandpa and family.
So yeah, I think that's something that we probably need to do a full video on, though, is like how do we get away when we're as homesteaders, how to
Because
build.
if you don't make it happen, it won't happen. Like, you have to make it happen.
Right.
So this year we're looking at taking a family road trip to Maine, and we haven't done a real long road trip like that before.
Couple of years, yeah.
And so maybe we can do a video before that to talk about the process. Someone had a question. We have 6 kids. They range from, I'm reading comments. They range from 17 down to 7, which is just a whole new world of amazingness. I love my big kids, and they're such huge helpers on the farm. That's another thing, we were just talking to somebody who stopped by the farm shop, and she is a part of the YouTube family. And she was, I don't remember, did she say how old she was?
No. Her kids are grown up, though.
Her kids are grown and out of the house.
She's a young grandmother now.
Yes, young grandma, and she was just starting out with her chickens. She was starting out with her garden, and she's like, man, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And we're like, we know, it's a lot of work. And she was like talking about pulling weeds and taking care of all that. And I said, yeah, I have helpers. Like, I have big time helpers, like Jules and Marie and Elise could run the show. William is getting strong and older, it's just amazing. So these guys could run the show without me and Josh, really, with just a little bit of direction. And it's such an amazing blessing to have them. So we're in that phase of life where we have all of us involved. It's definitely a team effort. And that's why things go so smoothly and get done well.
Right.
But of course, someday, when I don't have all my beloved children at home, it might be a different, we'll have to reevaluate the scale of what we do, and
I think that's something to touch on real quick.
Unless they want to stay in the family business, and then we can grow it. And
I was just talking about with your mom this morning about, like, we've had some really honest discussions with the girls as far as, their direction of how they see things going. And right now there's an ebb and flow to things. They had the breads and bakery side of things of Heartway Farms that they were doing a lot more of that for a while. And now they have the Heartway Harp and Strings with the music. that's kind of picked up. So
which is so fun. It
gives them a chance to like explore different options and to kind of really put their talents and their gifts to the test and see how they're going there. So yeah, it's just flexibility. You know,
Yes.
if they're interested and they want to keep going with those things, then we have the mentality that let's have the property and let's set it up so that they can. But on the flip side, you know, we've also discussed that there's going to be a time that we might need to scale things up or down.
Yeah.
Depending on
And
the needs.
That's how you have to roll with this stuff, you guys. I think you can get in over your head and get burnout. And it's okay to lay something down for a while. Like, it's okay to say,
Yes.
you know, we're not going to do this right now. We did that with the dairy cows.
Yeah.
And that was hard. Like, I miss my dairy cows, and it was just something that we had to lay down for a season, and we might pick that back up, you know, eventually.
I think that this is like a whole different, but the mental health of farmers, right? So homesteaders, farmers, but we have seen it. We have some other friends locally that, you know, they've had the ebb and the change to the ebb and flow and the change to their family. And I think something I've taken away is just be willing to be flexible. We've talked about this in other videos. We talked about this in just different content.
If it's not working, just lay it down.
Like,
even if it's just for a season. Nothing is forever. Like, it doesn't in this type of scenario. Like, you can lay down dairy cows and pick them back up in 2 years. Like, let's say you get sick or someone's sick or something comes up or you realize your family unit just needs some attention. Just lay it.
The boys are out in the boat right there behind us there now. Grandpa's bass boat. So yeah, it's one of those things that you just have to be willing to be flexible. Don't get so entrenched to where you hang on to something to where you suffocate your family, your life, and you just suck the blood out of everything that's going on there. Yeah. It's just not worth it.
It's not fun. Yeah. If it's not fun anymore, then no one's gonna enjoy it at all. We've missed you. Haven't getting our notifications. I
gotta
haven't
resubscribe.
seen anything.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button again.
Be aware that this has happened. We've had this conversation with multiple people. Sometimes,
if you don't watch for a little while,
sometimes YouTube makes a decision for you that you're not, you know, involved, or they take you off of it. So make sure you check your subscriptions and you make sure that you're seeing everything. We had someone contact us and be like, "Did you unsubscribe us?" And we're like, "No." We're like, "No, we haven't." So anyway, two people are talking to each other.
Yeah, I see that. I'm also looking at.
Someone asked about canned chicken. I can't remember, and I should know the answer to this. I can't remember if we showed the full process of canning chicken, but we are raising chickens again, so we can show that again coming up. We slow cook the chickens in an Instapot or a slow cooker, and then shred it, and then can it after that. So we don't do raw pack. We like to do shredded. It's just we use it so much more that way. So that's why we do it that way. Too. It tastes so good.
It's tender.
It doesn't
taste
like
stringy.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. So go ahead and keep on throwing your comments out there. It's helping us to answer your guys' questions, and I'm sure that if you've got a question, someone else has the same question as well. So as they say, there is no dumb question. Only dumb answers from Joss and Annie once in a while.
Hey, you can own that.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
What's the temperature in Palm Beach today? Today with June in Illinois and Michigan, you never know what you're gonna get. So like sometimes it's 90s right now, but last night I think it got down. It was supposed to get down in the 40s last night here, I think, and I think today's a high of maybe 70, maybe. Yeah. So, and like we said, we're going to if you just jumped on. If you just jumped on, we're headed to Country Life Naturals tomorrow for a tour and for a grocery haul, a stock up haul. Hey, Louisiana, New Mexico, 102. Oh my goodness sakes. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I know someone's down there from Arizona. We lived in Goodyear, Arizona for a couple of years.
We did.
So we are used to the West Valley environment. So the Arizona person, hello. British Columbia. So here's a question, Annie, you would be able to answer this one. What is the number one item or two items that you want in your pantry? So what
Gosh, it's hard to do one.
Well, you can't eat one item very well. Like if I said flour, right?
I base it upon food items. So if I want to be able to make, so we have chickens, we have eggs, you have to have feed. Like you just connect the dots.
Right.
If you want to be able to make your own homemade bread to be able to have with your protein sources, then I think I want my organic flour, my raw honey, my Redmond sea salt,
some yeast,
and instant yeast. Those 4 ingredients. So I can't pick just one. I base it upon my meal items, you know. And I've tried to share in the cooking from the stockpile videos to give you guys some ideas on you know, how to kind of base your stockpile upon your meal plan. So you come up with your favorite 10 meals that your family, everybody likes, and then begin to stock those items that you need for those 10 meals. I'm just giving you an example.
And there was some clarification here. What are the bulk items that you would store up? So flour would be number one.
All
that's
your
a bulk
flour,
item.
salt, sugar, or your sugar alternatives, your baking soda, baking powder, and your yeast.
Staples.
Yeah, your
staples that you can build off of.
But it does no good if you have all the yeast in the world and then no flour to make your bread. So you you got to think in these different categories. Otherwise, you're going to miss something. All
right, real quick here.
I buy my my favorite maple syrup is my dad's maple syrup. You guys, I'm sorry. I know that doesn't help you at all, but we get that for free because we're on the inn with Dad. Yeah. So he's my favorite syrup. Otherwise, Rural King is our local farm store in Illinois. They sell a half gallon of pure maple syrup. I don't buy table syrup. It's pure maple syrup.
Right.
It's up to $22 for that half gallon, but in my opinion, that's still really good.
It was $20, right?
It used to be $19.99. Now it's $22. So it hasn't taken the hit like all the other products, but it's still taking a hit. And I keep that down in the root cellar.
Right.
But I don't know if you guys have Rural King. I don't know if anyone else carries that, but that's a good to me.
If you jump on, the other thing is if you jump on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, any of those types of things, and you type in honey, like local honey, a lot of times your local honey producers, you can actually start buying it like in a 5-gallon pail if you get into some of the bigger local producers. And so, something about honey I'd like to touch base on real quick here is people want to, there's a difference of how local you get. Sorry, I'm moving my coffee.
I know, I feel like hit me with it.
How local you get. So honey is one of those items that really, like, you don't need to necessarily be like hyper local on it. You don't need to be, you can be regional, exactly. So like if you've got goldenrod and clover and dogwood in your area, in your region, so the Great Lakes region honey would be very sufficient for all of the good nature pollens and all that stuff that you would be taking honey for. So some people take honey for natural allergy remedies.
So just go local in the sense of regional, so that you are dealing with it. Like I have no problem using honey from the region. So whether it's just the same type of plants, that's what you want to think about. So go for the cheapest.
But you do want honey that's not like
heated.
I call it hyper heated.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want heated.
Some of them have to very softly heat it with like a blanket a blanket heater
to strain it.
To strain it, or just to get it to pour into a jar. Otherwise it can get like very hard that it doesn't become viscous enough. So yeah, that would be, so that's maybe, hopefully that's an answer there with the maple syrup. We don't do much molasses.
Julienne does for certain baking products,
but it's not like we buy
I don't buy bulk. We don't use. I actually buy molasses for the animals more than for us. So when I do buy it in bulk, it's usually for animals. To help with that, help them with their overall health and their minerals and nutrition and stuff like that. So
Mary asked a question. Julianne is going to do more cooking from the stockpile and cooking some desserts. She has
tomorrow,
tiramisu.
Tomorrow tiramisu is coming out. So that's,
I call it tiramisu.
So tiramisu is coming out tomorrow. Julianne and Marie both. Marie prefers to be behind the camera most of all, but she does just as much work around the house. And they love to bake and cook, and that's where I get spoiled. Real
quick, guys, give us a thumbs up if you can hear us and see us okay still. I just want to make sure that the feed is running strong here. So some thumbs up real quick if you can hear us fine.
So yeah, we have tiramisu coming up. We have beef stroganoff cooking from the stockpile. That's an example of like Nebraska, shout out. That's an example of like the items that I keep in my pantry. I give you a list of things that I stock up on, so I know I can always make that if I need to from home with everything that I have. So Yeah, I think we're gonna be finishing up pretty soon here too.
There's the view behind us.
There's
The
a
kids
view.
There's
Fishing over here.
the pontoon boat and the bass boat back there, the little bass boat that they're fishing on, and the lake and all that good stuff. So thank you guys for the check on the video and audio there. So
Do we think we'll have more kids? That is always a possibility, but it's not really on the radar right now. It's really up to the Lord. So we'll see. Right now, Jesse has kind of stepped over the threshold. He's almost 8. He will tell you he is almost 8. And it's a whole new world of stepping into that age. You know, getting up to 17 and
we are well out of the diaper bag
I'm
stage.
out of diaper bag stage, but so it's kind of a new freedom in that, and it allows us to do more things and to be flexible. It allows us to like go on dates and stuff, you know, which is really nice.
Yes.
Oh, isn't that soda bread so good, Mary? It's so good. That's one thing that I actually asked Julianne. Jesse's coming out here. I asked Julianne not to make all the time because I will eat it. And the crusty bread, someone else, it went too quick. Someone else commented about the crusty bread. That's a staple in our house too. Did you catch any fish? Yeah, let's go ahead and...
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here.
Yep, we're going to head to South Haven and have some family time and walk around.
Come here, buddy.
And
did you catch any fish?
No.
None?
No fish today, but have you caught fish on the trip?
No.
None? Oh, who else caught fish?
William.
Yeah.
And who else?
Dad.
Tabitha?
Tabitha and Dad, yeah.
How big
say
was...
hi.
So anyway, we appreciate you guys very much. We understand that just this whole thing, you guys being a part of the Heartway Farms family, we understand that it doesn't work without you guys.
Yes.
So we're grateful. We appreciate you. And we appreciate your kindness to our family and the investment that you make in our family. And we're happy to share this with you guys as well.
Like I said, real quick, if you're in the Great Lakes region and you have a homestead and we happen to be in your area and you want us to come touch base with you, reach out to us, info at heartwayfarms.com. You can just go to heartwayfarms.com and has a contact on there as well, and let us know that you wouldn't mind for the Heartway Farms family to invade your homestead and check out what you have going on. So once again, thank you so much for jumping on here, and we're going to go enjoy some family time and see some other local community here.
Yeah, and stay tuned, you guys. We've got, like I said, so this wasn't on my radar, but the tiramisu is coming out tomorrow. That's one of our family favorites, and you can make it so easy. It's not scary. You can make it.
Yes.
And then be watching in the next week or two for the Country Life Naturals video.
You
guys are going to want to
inside look
check
at Country Life Naturals. Yes.
Hopefully a tour. We'll see. We got to play it by ear tomorrow and see how it goes. So,
Yep.
yeah. All right. We appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you all soon.
Have a blessed day.